Hey, my name's Chris Bacon. I'm the student pastor here at Movement Students, and we are so excited that you're going to be a part of Surge Weekend. Surge Weekend is one of the best things that we do all year. We're going to see so many students make decisions for Christ, make decisions to take next steps for Jesus, and ultimately we're praying that God would use this weekend as a spiritual catalyst to call them to whatever He's desiring to do in and through their lives. And you play a huge part in that. In fact, we like to say outside of the presence of God showing up and changing the life of a student, you as a small group leader is going to actually be the most important thing that happens. In fact, students leave and they talk about the worship and they talk about what God did in their lives, but you know what they talk about even more than that? They talk about the influence that you as a small group leader has on them during the weekend. And so thank you so much for taking this journey with us. While we watch this video, I wanted to turn your attention to a couple different things. The first is this. This is our Surge Weekend 2020 Leader Packet, and I want you to think of it this way. It's like a survival guide for your whole weekend. If you'll pull this up right now, we actually emailed it with this video, and you'll get it in your leader packet as well. But please make sure that you take the time to read through this. It's going to answer any questions that you might have, and it's also going to set you up to win the weekend. And that's what we want more than anything else, because when you win, we're going to be able to see God do incredible things in our students' lives. So please make sure that you pull this up and you read through it before the weekend. I'll go over some of the things in it during this video, but we need you to make sure that you read through it. And then also, we've got this guide for you as well that's been emailed out as you've been signing up to lead a small group for us, and this is a curriculum. So you're going to use this as a guide to help you navigate the conversations with students during small group time. We want to make sure that we set that time up to be one that really allows for there to be incredible conversation. And so what we like to say is, man, this is a guide. It's not a word-for-word declaration of what needs to be said or how it needs to be said. Use this as a guide to set that time up. But ultimately, we trust you as a leader. In fact, we believe that you're the pastor of the students this weekend. And because of that, the role that you play is incredibly important. In fact, I want to help you now with just some basic things that you need to know to help make the weekend successful. The first is we need you to check in at Faith Hall at 5 p.m. on Friday, February 14th. We're going to have dinner for you there. That's going to give you plenty of time to be able to get any last minute information from our team, as well as be able to get the instructions that you need and get where you're supposed to be, so that way you can greet the students that you're going to be walking with throughout the weekend. When you arrive at Faith Hall on Friday night at 5 p.m., you're going to check in at a leader desk. We've also got dinner there for you, and you're going to get a packet that's really going to help you navigate the weekend. It's going to have all the supplies that you need. It's going to have counseling material in it. It's also going to have a copy of your leader packet in it as well as your curriculum guide. So make sure that you get that. Make sure that you look for that right when you arrive. And by getting there early, it's going to set you up for really a successful weekend, because we're going to be able to give you any last minute information that you need. We're going to be able to help navigate any questions that you have, and you're going to be there right when your student gets there to be able to greet them and make them feel welcome. Another thing that we want you to know about is in terms of when you get your groups. So we as a student ministry, we want to make sure every student has an opportunity to attend Surge Weekend, and so we allow students to sign up until the very last minute. Now what that means is we do our very best to get your groups out to you on February 12th, so that's Wednesday, February 12th, right before Surge Weekend, but sometimes we aren't able to do that depending on how many students sign up last minute. But what we do is, even if we get that out to you, what you need to know is there may be some changes to your group, and so we'll give that to you when you get here on Friday night. And so make sure that you're looking for that. Thank you so much for your patience as we try to get that information to you as soon as we can. A couple other things. I want to set you up to win the weekend. And there's a couple things that you can do aside from reading your survival packet that I referenced at the beginning of the video, as well as making sure that you've went over your curriculum. Know this, you're the shepherd of students for the weekend. You're their pastor. And your attitude is going to be one that they take on. And so if you have a positive attitude, if you're eager to learn, if you're ready to see God move in your life, what you're going to find is the students are going to gravitate towards that. And they're going to experience God based on watching what you're experiencing. They're going to experience the weekend through your eyes and through your energy and through the way that you're helping shepherd them. And so we ask that everybody that leads with us, that you would be a tone setter, that you would be positive at all times, that you would be filled with joy at all times, that you would really seek for the Spirit of God to lead you in everything that you do this weekend. We believe that you're going to change lives, and we want to see God do incredible things through you this weekend. Now with that, make sure that during the services you're sitting with your students, that during free time you're doing activity with them, that you're really engaged during small group time, and that you think through what you're going to say and how you're going to open it up. Those are all things that we want for you. Another thing that you need to know about is Saturday during our free time. If you're a high school leader, you actually get some free time money. And so you need to decide with your group what you're going to do. We have groups every year that do amazing things. Sometimes the groups decide to make food and go serve it to the homeless. Other groups, we've seen them do cupcake competitions where they decorate cupcakes or they bake things at home. We even one year had a girl that did sushi, where they made homemade sushi inside of the house. Guys, sometimes they like to be able to go and they play sports, or they do tennis, or they do different things. They go to a park, and oftentimes they like to save their money and buy something for food and just do fun things. But think through that. We really want to empower you with your students to be able to make that decision. Now, if you're a middle school leader, we have incredible activity planned for you here at the church, so you don't need to do as much planning with that. But I would also encourage you with this. Think about how you can make the rest of the weekend fun. What can you do on Friday night as you open up your small group time? What can you do on Saturday as you're going back home in terms of preparing for your small group there? What are some ways that you can help enhance the fun on the weekend to help open those students up and see the walls come down for them? Because fun is one of the ways that students begin to connect not just with each other, but also with you and ultimately with God. And so we want to encourage you to do those things. Lastly, the biggest thing is to just know this. Ultimately, you don't have to have all of the answers. You don't have to have it all figured out. The Holy Spirit will lead you. The Holy Spirit will give you words to speak when you need to speak them. The Holy Spirit will guide you in those things. The Holy Spirit will help encourage you in the moments where you need encouragement. And we believe you're going to change lives. Just a reminder, don't forget to read through your leader packet. Also, make sure that you read through the curriculum guide as well. And if you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to be here to help empower you any way that we can. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to all the life change that's going to occur. Thank you.